When Steph Curry took the court for the second time as a professional basketball player in Madison Square Garden, he had only one thing on his mind: prove everyone wrong. Just 4 seasons earlier, LeBron James had cemented his place in MSG history with a 52-point masterpiece, the second of his young career, but when LeBron left the court that night, he was on the way to his first ever MVP. So why was Steph Curry out to prove everyone wrong? Well, just 10 days before, in the 4th season of his career, Steph was not only not named an all-star as his peers Russell Westbrook and James Harden were, but Steph was not even close. He finished 8th in the voting in the Western Conference among guards. Meanwhile, Jeremy Lin finished 3rd. And I love Jeremy Lin. I love Linsanity. I'm a New Jersey guy, but at this point, the Steph Curry disrespect was of course out of control, but none of that mattered to Steph. He went out and not only became just the 8th player in history to score 50 as an opposing player against the Knicks in MSG, but also he was the 5th youngest. And look at this list of names. We are looking at absolute NBA royalty and really looking back when Steph Curry added his name to this list. How did we not see greatness coming? So what's up guys, Mike here, and we are finally at the point. We're finally here where people are recognizing the greatness that is the Golden State Warriors dynasty that has been happening before our eyes since basically Steph Curry was drafted. LeBron James in our lifetimes has gotten a lot of attention, understandably, but I love that right now the lights are on Steph Curry and the Warriors because they more than deserve it. And I also love the fact that I get to say I still stand on my side of the fence. I still think young Steph Curry went unappreciated while he was playing. Looking at this list of every player ever to average at least 22 points and 6 assists per game for the first 7 seasons of their career, we only have 9 players and Steph is one of them. What's incredible is that when we look at Steph's numbers for the second half of his career, they're even better. They're way better. And just think about this: the back-to-back MVPs that Steph Curry won. He won those in 2015 and 2016, right? Those years took place during the first half of his career. But what's crazy is that this is not our final list. I am going to leave you hanging in suspense for a second, because if you are enjoying this content, please subscribe and turn on post notifications. It would be awesome if you subscribed and we got to 2 million subscribers. Now, these second half career stats came after the MVP season. Now, in terms of later greatness, I do think it is interesting to note that a lot of the players on this list are more recent. But you see, in NBA history, again, we only have 8 players who have averaged at least 25 points and 6 assists per game during the same time frame as Steph. And let's just make this as real as possible here, guys. Here's the only guy who really matches Steph's stats: James Harden. And for sure, on paper, Harden wins with stats. But that's what makes Steph Curry so historically great. Just look at the same comparison now between Steph and Harden, and now we're looking at team playoff success, and it is not even close. This is the mark of a true historic great. Steph was great early on in his career. He was great late in his career. He is great right now. He has always been great. And you could say Steph got lucky getting to the Warriors, but I'll say a superstar like Steph is truly one of the rarest finds an NBA team can luck into. And I will say luck, because there is a real luck factor there. You can think an 18-year-old kid is the best kid in the world. He's going to have the best head on his shoulders. But how does he handle becoming world famous? How does he handle having girls thrown at him? How does he handle getting millions and hundreds of millions of dollars? The answer is you just don't know when you draft that player. Golden State is an A+ organization in everything they do. Coaching, front office, players, fans, throwing things at Charles Barkley. They're great at it all. However, none of it works if you're superstar, if the face of your franchise gets unhappy, and when he does, causes too many problems. He's a star who is cool with coming off the bench to start this year's playoffs. He missed the playoffs just last season, and was Steph whining and blaming his teammates? No, he was still lifting them up. He was still making sure the young guys got the mentorship they needed. He was making sure everyone was ready for this season. He wasn't counting the years left on his career. He had faith in the organization that had built a dynasty around him. Again, very rare. But guys, before we continue, I'm very excited to thank Upside for sponsoring today's video, and I know you guys are going to be excited too. The reason I say that is I know, probably like me, you guys have been feeling it at the gas pump and at restaurants. Inflation has really been hitting us all where it hurts. But luckily guys, Upside has us covered. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With every purchase, I'm earning cash back thanks to Upside. And guys, I will say recently I've been driving a lot. I'm over here in New Jersey. If I want to go to basketball games in New York or in Philadelphia, Philadelphia. I've got to put some miles on my car and gas prices have risen. So it is incredible that with Upside, I'm able to see gas stations in my area. And then incredibly easily, I just choose that gas station and I get cash back. And I have to emphasize this, guys, it is not too good to be true. I've used it, it works. Upside is a no-brainer. So to get started, download the Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use my promo code Korzemba and get $5 or more cash back on purchases of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer for whatever you are buying on Upside. Check in at the business, pay as usual with a credit or debit card, and get paid. In comparison to credit card or loyalty reward programs, you can earn up to 3 times more cash back using Upside. You can also cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. That is probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. Thanks again to Upside for sponsoring today's video. Remember, to get started, go download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play. Use my promo code Korzemba and get $5 or more cash back on purchases of $10 or more. Thank you again to Upside, and now let's get back into today's video. But Steph still hasn't won that elusive NBA Finals MVP, and I'll just say it, he needs it. From a historical standpoint, I'm a big Steph fan, and I just don't want to hear it for the rest of my life. People who didn't even watch Steph play tell us, yeah, he might have been great, but why did he never win a Finals MVP? This really does matter, I think. Taking a look at this list of the best players to never win a Finals MVP, they are a collection of all-time greats, for sure, but they are also a collection of greats that are not considered alpha dogs, greats that are not considered the guys who not only just led teams to continued success, but also built up franchises. When we talk about what LeBron did for the city of Cleveland, look at what Steph Curry did for the Golden State Warriors before he was ever drafted to that team. They were known as one of the lesser franchises in the NBA, and that seems insane to say now, but it's true. In this quick of an amount of time, Steph Curry became the face of a modern day NBA dynasty, and so personally, I do think Steph is going to win it this year. I'll make my prediction right now. Warriors over Boston. Boston has not yet beat Miami, but that's what I'm going with. Draymond said it last night. They think they're playing Boston. I think they're playing Boston as well, but it doesn't matter if it's Boston or Miami. I still have the Golden State Warriors winning. Regardless of that, look at this tweet from Rachel Nichols after the 2015 finals was over. The decision between MVP was not between Andre Iguodala and Steph Curry. Take a look at this voting. The decision was 7 votes Andre Iguodala, 4 votes LeBron. Why LeBron? He didn't win. Well, quickly here, because thankfully this did not happen. Here were LeBron James' stats, and yes, they were insanely incredible. Personally, I could care less about what incredible stats a player puts up in a losing effort for the finals. Wins to me are the most important stat in basketball, so to me, Finals MVP goes to a winner. And Steph Curry did not get a single vote. Even Zach Lowe, one of the LeBron voters there, recently has admitted he would choose Curry if he could go back and take another Warrior.
The first title they won, I voted LeBron Finals MVP. I was one of the 4 people who voted LeBron, even though they lost. If I had voted a Warrior, I would have voted Steph. I think he should have won that Finals MVP.
So remember those stats that I just showed you with LeBron? Well, that was a main part of the narrative that Andre Iguodala was making LeBron's life more difficult on defense. But how do you really calculate the defensive effort of a player who allows LeBron to average this amount of points per game while also winning 2 games against your team that was the favorite, all while LeBron has Timothy Mozgov as his second leading scorer for the finals? And I was there. I just want everyone to know that I know Andre Iguodala was a dog. He fought and made life tough for LeBron, but I also know that this award was not won off that defensive narrative either. Yeah, that was part of it, but this award was won because everyone got swept up in the magic of a storyline. I've been there. Who doesn't love a good story? But you can't let it affect NBA Finals MVP voting. I'm curious what you guys think here. With this storyline, did Andre Iguodala deserve this? Because to be fair, Iggy did rise up in the moment. The numbers certainly suggest that. During the 2015 regular season, Andre Iguodala averaged 7.8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game. Stats that were not even close to the numbers he put up against LeBron in the finals. As after losing 2 of the first 3 games of the series, the Golden State Warriors made a decision. They started Andre Iguodala for Game 4 of the NBA Finals for the first time that entire season. This was a huge storyline when it happened before it paid off, but when I say paid off, yeah, it worked perfectly. The Golden State Warriors won 3 straight games, which meant they won the championship, and in those games, Andre Iguodala averaged 20.3 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists a game. He had officially gone from a bench player to a man who was putting up all-star numbers in the 3 most important games of his career. But here's where I'll say but. Steph Curry put up MVP numbers in the 3 most important games of his career up until that point as well. And if we take away the narrative of a bench player had just become a starter, and instead just look at the performance on the court here, I mean, these stats speak for themselves. In the last 3 games of those finals, those last 3 wins, Steph put up 28 points, 5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists per game. He shot almost 50% from the field, made 4.7 threes a night on 45% shooting from 3, numbers that were way up from his MVP regular season numbers. So in the end, to me, Andre Iguodala was an X factor, a huge one of the biggest we've seen in NBA Finals history. But Steph Curry was this team's consistent MVP. Sure, maybe he didn't have a huge storyline to go off of, but he did have a signature Game 5 of the 2015 NBA Finals 4th quarter. I feel like this game has gotten a little forgotten, but here we have the 2015 NBA Finals and the series is tied. Anything can happen, and LeBron was certainly feeling it. I mean, just watch this.
5 to shoot, back out LeBron James, puts up a 3, gets it to go! LeBron James from way downtown, and the Cavs go up by 1.
Under 8 minutes left, and the Cavaliers are up by 1, which means for Golden State, who is going to shut the door? Who is going to win this thing? Guess who?
Catching the basketball off the rotation. Curry steps back. Oh! Stephen Curry with some magic. Curry splits the defense, goes down the lane, left-handed, banks it in. Curry looking for that opening. Steps back, crossover, fires away. Wow! Another 3 from Curry!
To end this game in the 4th quarter, Steph put up 17 points to close out the Cleveland Cavaliers and secure a Game 5 win for the Warriors. The turning point in the series, as in Game 6, they would close out the entire thing. Both Steph and Iggy starred in Game 6, but only one could win the Finals MVP. And now, if we compare both of their stats for the entire series, again, Steph just has clearly better stats here and was, in my opinion, penalized for what he had done all season for the Golden State Warriors. Lead them to wins in an MVP fashion. With that said, I really don't want to take anything away from Andre Iguodala, let alone his lifetime achievement in an individual basketball sense. I guess, I mean, you'd have to ask him, but NBA Finals MVP sounds pretty cool to me. If my prediction comes true and the Golden State Warriors do win the NBA Finals, well then we'll have the best of both worlds. Steph will have a Finals MVP and Andre Iguodala can have his in peace. With that said, guys, though, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Trust me, guys, we are on a crazy grind here. You are going to want to be a part of it. I've got a ton of great videos coming for you guys. I'm very excited to show them to you. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. I mean, personally, I think the one on the left might be more your style, but the one on the right looks pretty awesome too. Click one, let me know what you think. And again, have an awesome day.